I remember walking up one day and there was a fisherman just at the top by Old Ford, yeah? And he sat there and he said, imagine seeing elephants come across here. And I said, what do you mean elephants? And he said, you know, elephants.
Do you know anything about River Lea? River Lea.
River Lea?
Do you know
Where's that?
about the history?
What do I like about the river? That's
do you know any
Local, what do you mean by local?
I don't know too much about it. When
I mean like London,
to go on the
Thames,
this thing's wrong.
Lee,
Well, it links up.
Fleet, Westbourne.
Some things are just, probably going to get this wrong, but yeah, I think it does link up with...
This originally, this route was called the Greenway, and it was envisaged as a like a green artery into London.
It's where the sewers run under. The road there is they put a big massive concrete pipe in, must be an 8-foot diameter.
Simply that the sewers needed fixing, and they were eventually by Mr. Basil.
But I've noticed some graffiti also, some graffiti writings, but not graffiti art.
Well,
we have a lot of graffiti art in New York.
London
The Great
is
Stink. We have a lot of it.
getting
The Great Stink. I'm not aware of that. What is that?
It used to be very good and it used to be very clean, but in the later years, the last about 20 years ago.
Now the dirt, we have a lot of dirt, equally the same as in here in this area.
I'd like to see more police around here, because sometimes you get fellas on bikes, motorbikes, and they just want to run into you. And the police said they can't chase them in case one of them get killed, but they can chase cars.
You can also walk up all the way up
So
to...
how can they chase cars when the driver of the car can get killed,
Hackney.
just the same as the ones on the motorbikes?
Well, it's not... what I know is that this is a tidal mill. There aren't that many of them in the world, so it's quite special. I'm not sure exactly when it was operating and when it stopped.
Such
I think
as?
it stopped quite a while ago.
Where it used to be an old gin distillery place before it was made a film studio. They used to make gin here years and years ago. That was before my time. Safety was we just look after the people here, make sure they sign in, make sure they're looked after. It's all about health and safety, and basically if they don't sign in and there is an accident, then they could sue the studios.
So it would have baked up quite a bit of the bread here, I think. Or, no, they supplied quite a few of the bakeries for quite a lot of London. I think it was quite an important one in terms of who it was supplying. It was supplying the city rather than just people living around about here, because in those days there wouldn't have been that many people living around.
It used to be barges going up and down there with horses towing them.
You know, you can see as far as the other side of the river. You know, it is nice to just be here. You know.
Well, I was born in West Ham, you see, so...
And the logo they first used was a set of crossed hammers that were used to build the ships, basically.
Down the bottom
it's
here,
stuck
there's
ever
Thames
since.
Ironworks on the other side, just on the creek
goes
here.
back to the foundations of the club, which was originally named the Thames Ironworks, because the team came from a works team of the shipbuilding company, the Thames Ironworks Company. It all started from there. They formed the team in the summer of 1895, joined a local league, played their games at a local recreation ground in Canning Town.
And the last battleship, I've got part of the last battleship ever built on the river, and it was built there, called HMS Thunderer in 1913. No, that's to do with something else. Yeah, I don't know what that's to do with.
We work for the electricity board, and we've got 11,000 volt cable fault, which has probably just gone through age and whatever. gentleman here can listen to it and hear it through the earphones, but we can actually hear this one above ground. As we're standing, we can hear a little knocking on the wood. And where the cable's damaged, it arcs across, so we get a flash at that point.
Do you use matches?
Sorry?
Do you use matches?
Do I use
Do I-
matches? No, I don't.
Matches, there was a
Matches?
Yeah.
No.
That's now converted into houses.
Yeah.
It used to be a match factory.
There is a story connected with that. Some sort of protest about.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
Having to pay for
years ago. It's quite
pay for a
few years
statue
ago,
or
that, isn't
something.
it? That match. It's quite, it goes down, 100 years. It's a history thing, isn't it? 200.
No, it doesn't feel weird. It feels nice because it's part of the local history, and it's nice that the buildings haven't been torn down because they're really beautiful buildings.
To light the gas because the automatic lighter doesn't always work.
Would it be nice if they hadn't made them so small? But that is nice as well, the big windows.
What, that lives here that you can talk to? I'm afraid not. No one really talks to each other. Anyone. It's kind of like anywhere in London.
Well, we've walked the other side of the riverbank and I can see the lighthouse, and I'm interested in lighthouses. So I looked it up on the map and we found it in the winter when it was dark, so we made a special effort to come today to have a look at it in daylight. Because I'm interested in lighthouses. I go to quite a lot of lighthouses on the coast of England. This is the first time I've seen it. Oh well, I've got a book on lighthouses which I bought at the National Maritime Museum, and it mentioned it in here, which was the initial prompt, as well as seeing it from over
I know that in the
island,
1700s it actually was an orchard. If you look at some of the old maps, this little site, this little peninsula was actually covered in trees.
Because it's been neglected for
on the green
40
behind
years,
there
and
is
nice
where
time
the
to
brethren
be revived.
That's why around the site you see some
My
boxes
great
of fruit trees that
grandfather was one of the senior
planted on
brethren
the
of
site,
Trinity House.
and that's making
So they
reference
were
to
like
its
trade
original
union in a
history
way,
as an
but a
orchard.
commercial site. So that's where you get Trinity Boy Wharf, and this would look after all the buoys. You have to take them out about every 3 years. They gain about a ton of mussels, and they sink. They show you the light though, the way in. Okay. Any more stories? What about the River Lea? About the River Lea or what? Well, I met you two nice people. You can become part of history, can't you? That's true, isn't it? All you got is modern day people who suddenly go into the past.